Hey there, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going on a highly structured and honestly, incredibly rewarding journey together. We're going to completely deconstruct exactly how the top 1% build and protect their wealth. We're going to start all the way up top with some big picture psychological strategies. And then we're drilling all the way down into incredibly clever, rapid fire daily money saving hacks. Our goal here is to make this explainer so packed with pure value that you won't want to tune out for a single second. I promise you, sticking with me through to the end is going to literally pay off. So let's just get right to it. So here's our roadmap for today. We're tackling the wealth mindset, budget frameworks, food budgets, home bills, smart spending, and then we are capping it all off with a barrage of rapid-fire hacks. Section 1, the wealth building mindset, shifting from scarcity to abundance. Now, it's absolutely wild to think about the massive contrast in how different cultures handle their money. Take China, for example, which boasts a staggering 45.9% gross savings rate. Think about that for a second. For every $100 brought in, almost $46 goes straight into savings. Then contrast that with the United States, which is heavily focused on consumption, sitting at an incredibly low 3.5% to 5% savings rate. It's just a completely different universe of operating. But that massive savings rate makes perfect sense when you dive into the culture itself. Over there, money is deeply respected. In fact, during the New Year, instead of just saying a basic Happy New Year, the common greeting is Gong Xi Fa Cai, which literally translates to hoping you get rich. How cool is that? It completely reframes wealth from something you just spend to show off into something you respect, protect, and meticulously accumulate. Moving on to Section 2, budgeting frameworks that work. Organizing your income like the 1%. Okay, so for the longest time, the absolute gold standard of personal finance was the 50-30-20 rule. But let's be real for a second, that rule is practically a relic in today's economy. With skyrocketing inflation where a basic fast food combo can somehow cost upwards of $12 and rent is just through the roof everywhere, dedicating a much more realistic 60% of your after-tax income to absolute needs is really the modern, inflation-adjusted way to actually survive and thrive. Let's break down this modern budget pie, all right? 60% goes to your absolute needs. We're talking housing, basic groceries, and minimum debt payments. 30% is carved out for your wants, things like restaurants, vacations, or brand new clothes. And then that final 10%, that is fiercely, aggressively protected for your savings and investing. No exceptions. Now, to actually execute this without going crazy, you need a system. And that system is zero-based budgeting. It's a total game changer. This is a framework where literally every single dollar of your income is assigned a specific job before the month even begins. Your income minus your expenses, and yes, savings counts as an expense here, must equal exactly zero. It completely eliminates mindless spending because every single dollar has a mission. And if you're wondering if 10% is even enough to bother with, this number brilliantly illustrates why that savings slice matters so much. A 25-year-old taking home a modest $40,000 a year after taxes, who consistently invests just 10% of their income at an 8% return, can retire at age 67 with over $1.3 million. Seriously, it's proof that consistency with a seemingly small percentage creates absolute life-changing wealth. All right, Section 3, mastering your food budget, eating well for less. Mastering your food budget is absolutely crucial. Why? Because the grocery store is where most of us unconsciously just hemorrhage our hard-earned cash. So here's your battle plan. First up, stop paying a premium for convenience. Buy basic ingredients and learn how to cook them. Next, shop the loss leaders. Those are the massive, crazy discounted items stores use just to lure you in. And I absolutely love this third trick. Create a grocery budget gap. What's that? Well, if your weekly budget is $100, only plan to spend $90 on your list. That $10 gap is your secret weapon. It allows you to swoop in and stock up on massive, unexpected clearance deals without ever blowing your monthly limit. Up next, Section 4, slashing everyday home bills, stopping the utility drain. Our homes are often where we leak hundreds of dollars a month through simple everyday inefficiencies. But it's actually remarkably easy to swap out an expensive habit for a frugal fix. For instance, please don't heat up a massive oven for 30 minutes just to cook a tiny meal. Use an air fryer. It takes half the time. Also, stop paying monthly insurance premiums that have sneaky extra fees baked right in. Just save up and pay it annually. And seriously, caulk your doors and windows. Do not let the air you literally paid good money to heat or cool, your bought air, just slip right out into the neighborhood. The thing to remember here is that micro actions compound over time. Just throwing a clean, dry towel into a wet load of laundry absorbs so much moisture that it dramatically cuts down the electricity used for drying time. It's brilliant. Also, you can easily wash your clothes with half the recommended amount of detergent. Honestly, they still come out perfectly clean. Oh, and change your HVAC filters. A $20 filter change prevents a system breakdown that will easily cost you well over $1,000 to repair. Moving right along to Section 5, Smart Shopping and Spending. Outsmarting the retailers. Look, retailers spend billions of dollars researching psychological tricks specifically designed to separate you from your money. But we can fight back. First, you have got to be aware of shrinkflation. This is that sneaky tactic where companies quietly give you less product, reducing the net weight, while keeping the box the exact same size and charging you the identical price. You've really got to keep a sharp eye out for this, especially when buying processed or boxed foods. And sometimes, the very best defense is simply making the switch to a generic brand. Now, let's talk about an amazing, slightly mischievous strategy, the cart abandonment rule. We all know that when you shop online, clicking that buy button gives you an instant, massive endorphin hit. To break that spell, just put the item in your cart and then walk away. Force yourself to wait 72 hours. Not only does this completely kill the impulse buy, but retailers track this. They will often automatically email you a secret discount code just to entice you to come back and finish the checkout. It's a total win-win. All right, Section 6, Rapid-Fire Frugal Hacks. Immediate actions to save cash today. Get ready because we're moving fast. First up, never let your gas tank drop below 1/4 full. Why? Well, the fuel pump in your car is actually cooled by the gasoline surrounding it. If you constantly run your car on empty, that pump overheats. And let me tell you, replacing a busted fuel pump is going to cost you well over $1,000. Next, ditch the paper towels. Seriously, stop buying those expensive, giant cases of paper towels every single month. Switch to reusable, washable rags for 95% of your kitchen cleaning. Just toss them in the laundry. Save the paper towels only for the absolute worst, most unmentionable messes. Cut your kitchen sponges in half. I know, it sounds almost too simple, but doing this instantly doubles the lifespan of your cleaning supplies for absolutely zero extra cost. Think about it. You do not need a massive sponge just to wash a single plate. Delete the shopping apps from your phone immediately. Mindless scrolling while you're bored on the couch or waiting in line leads directly to mindless spending. Kill the temptation at the source by simply removing the apps entirely. Out of sight, out of mind. Always use fast food apps. Listen, if you are going to eat out, never, ever pull up to a drive-thru window and pay the full menu price. These apps are basically giving food away. We're talking daily $2 breakfast sandwiches or completely free fries. Take advantage of the tech. Wow, okay, we have covered a massive amount of ground today, and you've stuck with me through all of it. So I want to leave you with one final provocative question to chew on. If you take action and implement just 3 of these strategies right now, what are you going to do with that first extra $100 you saved this week? Are you going to invest it? Pay down a nagging debt? The choice is entirely yours. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay focused out there and go build that wealth.